Hello and welcome to this landing page of the Crystalline Womb Temple. You are most welcome here. Thank you for coming in, feeling drawn into this space. I am Georgia Oshara. I am a sacred feminine facilitator, guide, mentor, and a light code, light language, mandala, and sound movement channel. And I use these modalities and many others that wish to come through me, and ones that I felt drawn to experience in this lifetime, to create these temple spaces for us to remember our own inner temple, remember the temple that we are, as each and every one of us is a beautiful divine spirit body. We are in temple for this. And the crystalline temple is where we draw upon the crystalline codes of creation to reawaken within ourselves and our being, so that we can hold that template and walk this earth as an angelic being. You know, this is what we call heaven on earth. We are the heaven on earth because we are creating from a conscious place, from a place of self-realization, the realization that we are the divine embodied. And from there, we create a life in harmony with nature, with ourselves and our soul purpose. And we create harmony with other beings, the animal kingdom and queendom, the plant life, and of course, our spirit guides and our angelic celestial aspects and multidimensional aspects of all kinds can start to communicate and interact with us as we remember how to do so and how natural that actually is for us. So in this beautiful space, we will be looking at deconditioning and rewiring our cellular memory through the channelings and the somatic work together, because something that I really noticed on my path is how there's very much one or the other in many cases, and holding space, channeling and opening up people a lot. I felt like I was missing holding a little bit more somatic work in my own practice, so that people could really be in their body while they're moving through this. If you're someone who relates to being a star seed or like a very angelic, ethereal, fairy type being, I've always been named as like the fairy because I'm just like the tippy toe around and I'm very floaty. But really learning how to come back into the body and bringing everything, all of the wisdom that we have from all our multidimensional selves into this body, into this reality. So we can spend a lot of time outside of the body, but let's learn how to bring it all within us, because it already is within us. So it's drawing that attention in to us. And this is how I feel that we are creating this heaven on earth, or this new earth experience that everybody is talking about, or a lot of people are speaking of this new earth experience, but how many of us are still reaching outside for that, when actually it's really just about recalibrating what is within us, so that we can be in tune to that resonance. We can be in tune to the primordial rhythm of nature and earth and our own inner rhythms, so that we can be in tune with our cycle, you know, with our womb and our menstruation, for instance. You know, some people choose to be on a calendar and tick it off and to learn that way, or use special or different kinds of modalities and methods to understanding their menstruation. And how about we can just really be so in tune with our body that we know, we can feel and sense, once you know those signs, you can just feel and sense that attunement to your body. The same with when we are, you know, walking out in the forest, you know, do you hear the plants? Do you feel the energy of the animals and the energy of the trees and the plant life? You know, we can become much more in tune with that. And some people might say, well, why would I want to be? Why do I need to be? Like, I don't, they might not feel like that. But to me, something I realized that is so important with that is that because it is a part of us, and it's like dissociation again. You know, we look at dissociation as like of leaving the physical body that we encompass through, like, people sometimes endure trauma, and it seems safer to just not be in the body. And if we've got too much stress going on in our lives, sometimes we'll tune out and start not being very present with what's going on in our lives because it's too much, it becomes overwhelming, so we kind of just float off and out of the body slightly. Whereas this is also, to me, a perspective of dissociation, dissociating from the connection and the intimacy that we have with all of life. When we can really hear and feel like a plant saying hello, as simple as that. Sometimes they just want to say hello and have that acknowledgement. Some of them want to actually receive or share energy and information with you, just like the trees like to share energy and information throughout all of the earth and the planet, with each other through the encodement of their roots. But they actually like to do that even with us. Some of them want us to put our back up against them. We are all helping and healing each other. We share microbiome, we share, even like on a scientific level, we are sharing the prebiotics and probiotics by eating and connecting with the natural organic life. And these things can happen actually just through simply sitting or having our feet there in the soil, or having our back up against a tree, or being in the water, the natural ocean, and receiving all the ionic elements in the ocean. And all these things can communicate with us. And when we're in tune with our life force energy, our sexual life force energy, we actually, I personally, and I've noticed it with clients as well, that we feel more poetic, and we feel more like a song and a rhythm is within us, and we might just naturally find ourselves singing or dancing or moving, and you're not listening to anything. There's no music playing in the background, but you're hearing and feeling the sounds and the rhythms of the earth, and you're in tune with that, which actually in turn is making you feel happy, joyful, excited, because that's the best song in the world. It's a song of us. It's a song of our natural inner being playing eternally. And we can finally hear it. We can finally reconnect and hear the pulse of our womb, the great cosmic womb pulsating through us, receiving that void consciousness of just like being in the nothing, so we can receive everything. Connecting into our heart, to come up into the cosmic heart, so we can connect to this great cosmic, eternal, infinite, unconditional love. And that's what we're really working through in the Crystalline Womb Temple. So it's not just about our womb space, although we do focus some practices there, because helping to heal and reconnect to our womb helps the energy move throughout all of our body. And sometimes we don't actually need to do too much elsewhere once we've really cracked the codes of the womb, because the womb is the portal of creation, is that life force energy. And we either don't have enough bubbling away in there to even feel anything, or for the energy to move up, because we are pushing it all away, because we don't want to feel, we don't want to connect to that. Maybe we've been hurt in the past from expressing our life force energy and our creative essence. So there's many different personal experiences of why that might be. But then when we actually reconnect to this place, we start to cultivate and bring more energy in. So we start to feel more creative, we start to feel more abundant. And this energy then can move, again, like I said, throughout the whole of our being, our body. So it can clear through the chakras, it can work through the chakras. You can feel this sensual, orgasmic energy in our heart chakra, even in our third eye and beyond. And you can really feel like you're connecting up to something so much greater than yourself. It's just you pouring and opening up to all of you, and that's what feels so orgasmic, because it's like, oh my God, I'm so vast, I'm so infinite, and it's so luxurious and juicy, and it just feels like divine, just the divine life of all things in your own being experience. So we're going to be going through that. We're going to be going through that with a mandala. So we have a mandala with all these light code symbols. and we're going to get to experience all the light code symbols. We're going to work through different practices to activate them, and we're going to be working through essential embodiment. So I urge you to take that read down the page, get a sense of what's going on in this workshop. But ultimately, you just want to sit with yourself and see if you can get a yes or no in your body. Like, ask first, what's my yes? Show me a sign in my body of what my yes is. Okay. And if you're not sure if that's still even a struggle, even if it's just not showing up, whether it's say like my yes could feel like I get a shiver and a tingle of like, ooh, an excitement feeling. My no could be just feeling retracted, and maybe I want to back away and I want to move forward. Like, can you see my body language? Like, you can even look at yourself in the mirror while you're doing this. You're asking your yes or no. And then you can start to ask yourself some questions that are definitely yeses or nos, and start to tell the difference. Or even ask yourself something that deep down you really know the answer, but it's hard for you to communicate that, and just see how that gets responded to in your body, and what response. And watch yourself. Do it in the mirror so you can watch and you can see what happens. You might notice the backing, the talking. Maybe you'll notice like a little shiver, or maybe you'll feel like, oh, I feel like I want to like dance with that. That feels really good. So just observe, and that's how you'll know whether you're meant to be here. And it's really important that we have a little discovery call to start with. I need to see where you're at, what kind of trauma that you might be coming in with, so that I know if I need to support. You need more individual support, or a group container is going to be okay for you. Because sometimes, if we have got some quite big trauma and we come straight in on these workshops, it might not be the right space, and that's okay too. Like, I'm not here to try and actually work with everybody, although I'd love to work with absolutely everybody. I'm here to work with everybody in the right way, and ensure that this is going to support everybody in the space, and that you're supported in the space. I don't want anyone to feel dropped or left. So you're going to always get that in this space. You're going to be very deeply held anyway. You're going to have an integration one-on-one as well at the end, to make sure that even afterwards that you've got some experience. And there's going to be some in-person things coming up as well, which everybody who is on this training is going to be invited to, and you're going to be getting that priority. So as soon as you join here, you have first priority with any in-person events, so that we're going to get that extra one-on-one connection as well along the way, and that's going to be really special. So I hope that you enjoy listening to this and you want to explore more. Any individual questions, I feel like it's best that we just have that discovery call, so that you can ask me personally, what are the specific things that you really want to know about this space, and we can start to answer those. So enjoy the rest of your day, my darling, and I look forward to seeing you on the discovery call.